The Awesome Physio YouTube channel. Today we are going to be sharing our top carpal tunnel exercises. So carpal tunnel is typically defined of compression or inflammation of the median nerve as it passes under your carpal tunnel here. So as it passes underneath the flexor retinaculum, which is a structure here, it can lead to tingling and burning and soreness over these two fingers and the thumb, and also potentially weakness into the hand depending on how long it's been there for. So when we think about carpal tunnel symptoms and the exercises that can help, the best things for us to have a look at would be relieving pressure around the hands, but also looking at the other points where the nerves can get compressed. So something can occur called a double crush lesion. So what it means is it might be here where the nerve is getting compressed in the carpal tunnel, but if we follow up into the other attachments, potentially where it passes through the pronator teres, up under the pec minor and up into the neck as it exits down into the arm, if all of that is tight as well, it's going to make it so much more likely that that nerve becomes aggravated, inflamed or damaged. So although we're going to be focusing into the hand, we're also going to be looking at the other compression sites too. So the routine is going to be broken down into different parts. So the first bit is stuff that you can do at home without any equipment. And I'm also going to show how you can enhance it even more by using your massager gun. So first of all, we want to help to take the pressure off around the flexor retinaculum here. So one of my favourite things to do initially is to add massage and release into the palm. So you're going to be relaxing into your thenar and hypothenar eminence. And what you're aiming for is you're starting at the bottom of the thumb and then massaging up towards the fingers. So we're trying to take the pressure off here. So you can either do it palm down, massaging forward, or here just so that you can see what I'm doing. What I would probably add is a little bit of maybe coconut oil if you've got a bit of moisturiser that can just help to stretch and release through there. So I would repeat that a couple of times through, massaging down into the hand. The next thing we want to do is traction into the fingers. So it's all about giving space here. So you're going to hold over the thumb, gently pull it away, and then relax. And then moving on to the other fingers and relax and working your way through. So this is where we're showing kind of the beginner version first, because obviously later on we're going to be using a massager gun to go a little bit deeper, but you're just literally tractioning through the fingers, trying to give space into the hands and around the palm. Next, we want to add in some movement into the wrist. So it's all about opening up through the wrist. So we want to do about 10 to 20 circles one way, getting it moving, and then going back the opposite way. So really, really important to add in that movement. What we're then going to do once we've moved through the wrist is gently bend and straighten the elbows. So we're thinking about that optimal movement. So before we try and stretch anything around the elbow and the neck and the shoulders, we want to do about 10 reps, just getting it moving. We want to get the whole area moving where it's really tight. Same with the shoulders, lovely shoulder circles back, we're opening up, that goes back to that compression. So even though, the pain is isolated down into the hand, into the fingers, we're following that pathway, we're following that pattern all the way from where the nerve root exits the cervical spine and they blend together to form the median nerve passing down different points. Same with the neck, you want to gently drop the chin and just carefully moving side to side. I think you'll be really surprised how tight it is through different areas as we're relaxing through. And you might find when we hit certain areas, for example, when we stretch through the chest, through the neck, that might even reproduce the tingling a little bit as well. So again, just aiming for about 10 reps, just moving side to side. Perfect. What we then want to do is start to gently stretch through the palm and then stretching through the elbow. So what we're going to do is we're going to clasp over the hand, so just underneath the thumb, and we're going to stretch the fingers down. So we're adding a lovely stretch into the palm where it gets super, super tight. So we want to aim to hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds. So holding this position, of course we can repeat on the opposite side just for balance, but we're mainly focusing on the side of tension and tightness that's triggering those median nerve symptoms. What we then want to start to add in is we want to then stretch into the pronator teres, so into that side. So these muscles pronate, so they turn and they flex the hand down, so we want to go the opposite way. So what we want to do is hold around the wrist. So what we want to do is hold around the wrist. We're going to gently stretch the hand out forward. So you see here I'm straightening the arm as well as stretching through the hand. So we'll feel that into the forearm. It'll feel really, really nice. Holding that position. Again, aiming between 10 to 15 seconds. You might feel it reproduce a little bit into the hand with the tingling because you think you're stretching all these points where the nerve's getting compressed, but we want to start to open up through. The next thing we want to have a look at is stretching through the chest. So you're going to hold the hand onto something, so a wall or a door. You're going to lift it up and you're going to stretch and hold it in line with that position. So you want to turn the head away, turn the torso away, and you should feel it stretching across the chest. So really nice to kind of stretch down through where it can get compressed under that pec minor, allowing that to stretch through. Perfect. So once you've held that for about 10 to 15 seconds, we then want to have a look up into the neck as well. So it's really common as it passes through the scalene triangle and lots of tightness into the traps that can trigger a little bit of sensitization as well. So what we want to do is drop the shoulders, let them reset into a good position. We're going to turn the head away, drop the chin down. We'll probably feel this stretch already. Using the opposite hand just to exaggerate that stretch. So really nice to open up through here. So again, you can repeat both sides. So we're thinking with these 3 fingers and the tingling, we want to just allow it to relax through this area. So again, holding it for about 10 to 15 seconds. So you don't have to force it. What you might find if it's really severe is that you just want to bring the range back a little bit or just let it drop slightly. So just allowing that stretch through there. Once we've done that, we can actually start to release a little bit more specifically with a Theragun to release around into the palm and into the elbow. So what we're going to do is obviously turn the gun on. I would start off quite lightly with it because it's going to be a little bit sensitive, but you can use that just to massage into the palm. So what you're doing is similar. What we did with the thumb is that we're stretching from the wrist all the way up into the fingers. So you're going to start there and just work the way across. So you're literally going from the palm up to each of the fingers. So it can feel really weird. It's quite nice if you struggle, say, for example, if you've got any other underlying conditions like wear and tear into the fingers, so arthritis into the joints of the hand as well. You might really struggle to massage yourself with the other hand. So actually using a Theragun can be really nice just to get blood flow into that area. Once you've done that, we then want to move on to the forearm. So exactly the same thing, you're going on that medial side and you're going from the elbow up towards the wrist. So we're releasing through the flexors, through the pronators. In terms of level, I would build it up over time. So I would look maybe 3 or 4 and then adding that pressure over time.